Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, as ordinary people in our life, we always depend from our environment and also our previous karma. So, this both very important. This both help for our future life or for our spiritual liberation or to develop this path. So previous actions as karma, it has a very limited access to present moment. And also the environment also has a very limited access to our inner behavior. But these both play a major role in our life. And at the same time, you have a choice to depend on your past experience, past karma, and your environment. Still, you can survive as an ordinary person. But that doesn't mean it will help for your development, or it not going to help for you to get out of this all the suffering, or it will keep going, keep adding more and more and more same kind of nature to your life. But according to the Buddha's teaching, practicing meditation help us to reduce the power of the previous karma and reduce the power of influence from the environment and uplift our awareness and the consciousness and take very conscious decisions moment by moment without depending from the past and environment. So when you are able to develop that ability, you are the one who going to get benefit. You are the one who going to recognize power of it. And itself you can see it and you can recognize that when it happens, while it happening. It is not just a visualizing, or it is not a dreaming. It is not something that you can get out of praying. It always going to come to you as a result of your inner practice. So then remember, day by day, while you practicing, this practice going to help for you to develop that quality in you. So when it comes to that quality, so when it comes to that quality, and sometimes people ask question, how we see that the development of our meditation, or how we recognize that what we going in this right path or not, what is the result that we gain. Actually, one of the important thing that you have to remember, when you keep practice meditation, the inner clarity little by little going to develop, and more you're going to see your own thoughts. When even that sometimes in the outside behavior, suddenly you don't see any change. But what will happen, little by little, you will see your own thoughts when it happen and while it come to you. And at the same time, that you're going to start to see the beginning point of the thoughts. When you come to that point, very easily you can get out of that. It may take time, but if you are practicing the right way, and if you have the faith little by little, by the time you're going to get into the right destination. That is the important part. It is not the journey is long or the short. Are you going to get the right place end of the journey? So because the journey itself help you to practice. So don't depend on the time period or the whatever the result. It always look yourself. Are you correcting yourself inside outside properly and connecting, and are you depending on the right practice? So that is very important. And at the same time, as you know, when it comes to this material world and this physical world, even this the psychological world, this all depend on four elements: heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. So even though these all depend on four elements, when something appear, so as example, this our body. So this whole that body have four elements. But even though it have four elements, look at the eye. This eye have a different kind of shape and pattern. And the ear have different kind of shape and pattern. Nose have different kind of shape and pattern. So why this, even if it is the four elements, why this each and every organ doesn't mix each other? How that each and every organ hold its own shape and pattern? Because if it all come out of the four elements, why it doesn't go away, or why it doesn't interfere, mix each other? How things become separate? In Abhidhamma, it called ekatva. Ekatva is it is a kind of each and every heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. Even though it come as a heat or the motion or the liquidity or the hardness, it has a personality. It has a character. It come as one. It doesn't go beyond that limit. So that ekatva, or that main quality, hold bound to as one or as something, and hold it to character. So that character itself has power to govern that all that the heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness keep in that boundary. So this all interconnected. So that's example organs, lungs, liver, kidney, see, this all different shape. And but this all come out of four elements. But how this all the lungs, kidney, liver have different kind of shape? Because it called ekatva. Ekatva means that it bound to the character. It responsible for the character. It doesn't go beyond it organ or that character that hold it to. So that character bound to the karma. That character means it bound to the karma. So then, as example, hand, leg, head, eye, ear, these all organs. Look, when you are in the mother's womb, you didn't ask for the hand, you didn't ask for the head. Your parents couldn't do anything for that as a child when the mother's womb. But then how this all happened to you? So you didn't ask it, your parent didn't ask it, and no one had the ability to fix anything there. Then how this come? So that is the important part. So the reason is the karma hold it to the character, and the character hold it to the pattern or the shape, and the shape hold it to the four elements. So the four elements directly cannot access to the karma. It doesn't go that way. So it's like that without a stamp, you cannot mail a letter. So even you go to the postmaster, sometimes they can deliver it, but just practice point of view to give a very little example to understand it. So even though you want to post a letter, just writing something on a paper, you cannot put it to the mailbox. It doesn't go anywhere. So then you have to make it in a certain way, and according to that, whatever the necessary requirement, you need to put it to envelope, and then you have to put the address, and then you have to put a stamp on it. And it should be, and according to the right value, you have to put the stamp. And then when you put it to the post office, give it to the postman, and then there is a possibility that the letter can go. So like that, the karma not going to directly go to the ending point. So the karma always has a deeper connection, and it connected to the purpose, and the purpose connected to the character connected to the four elements. So the four elements always have connection with the character. So it doesn't matter whatever the desire or the whatever the purpose, whatever the karma, four elements not going to deal with the karma, good or bad. So then I want to tell you how this hand, legs, these things come to us. So just imagine, then you go a little bit deeper beyond the physical level. You watching a movie. It's so attractive, and the story is so good. And then in that very moment, if you really watch something through your eye and enjoy, you don't feel your hands. You don't feel your legs. And you don't feel your hunger. Even you don't feel you breathing. So this is the very simple thing you have to remember. When you want to touch something, that is where your eye activate. When you want to touch something, that is where your eyes, your hands activate. When you want to go somewhere, with that intention, your legs activate. Otherwise, it in sleeping mood. So that intention, so the karma bring the intention. So the intention call to the organ or the character, and that character give message to the four elements. Because if there is no four elements, you cannot lift your leg, move your leg, because to move your legs, all the joints need to go with the motion. To lift your leg, you have to have the heaviness Otherwise, if there is no heaviness, you cannot get it. But this all activate when you have intention to move, go somewhere. Otherwise, you don't feel that. So when you want to touch something, that is where that your four elements get. When you want to eat something, that is where your tongue activate. That is where your whole abdominal area, that hunger, this all abdominal organs activate. So it deeply, even though it connected to the four elements, come out of the four elements, it deeply connected to the karma. So the karma bring the intention. So the intention always create the environment, or the create the character. So the character have the communication with the four elements. So in day-to-day life, so like as example, when you think about your tomorrow, maybe you have intention to have a one action. But if you go deeper and look that action, you will see in that one action, to do that, you need your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, all these four organs, that the faculties. So maybe you planning to go for a vacation, maybe hike or new place. So when you think you want to go there, it is just not just one intention thinking, oh, I want to go there. In that one thought, this, it's kind of like a zip file. This all your faculties inside that, because without that faculties, you cannot get into that. So when, just imagine when you're going to die, you die with the only one thought. That's the you cannot have a lot of ideas or the things in your mind. It's called chuti chitta. And that chuti chitta means your last thought. So that last thought, if you hold it to do something with your five faculties, and the pratisan, this is so the next moment you start with that intention. That's why you get this, your hand, legs, that your eyes, this everything. So then when if you have a thought to depend without this any five faculties or the six faculties, if you have a thought, if you can come to a point to experience something without these faculties, your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, if you end that your life with that thought, there is no way you're going to get a hand or the leg or the eye or so this kind of body. So the body arises because we attach to it, and we attach to something. Otherwise, the body doesn't come. And once we have the body, we go and do things again and again, and depending from the outside world. So the body arises because we attach to outside. Once we have the body, we go with the outside. So this is a circle. Keep going. To end this, what you have to do? So you cannot just cut your hand or cut your legs or like that way. That way you cannot end out of this. So then what you have to do? And it's little by little, and start to be mindful when you do things. When you do things, what will happen? When you become mindful, what will happen? As example, when you come to the point that whatever you do in that very moment, so whatever the action, once you start to come to exactly to the point, in that very moment, your these all faculties become neutral. Even you observe in the sensation, you can come to that. Even when you see something, hear something, or like that, you can come to it. That means you completely detach from the timeline, and you detach from the space, you detach from this material world, and you detach from the karma, and you detach from the desire. So when you detach from this all, there's no way you can multiply these four elements. So that is why we day by day, little by little, we trying to get into the present moment and observing and recognizing and trying to settle down with the tranquility state. Because from that tranquility state, once you come to the tranquility state, what is happening? You are these four elements: heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. It called that hold it to the it character. It called ekatva. It release from that because it bound the ekatva bound to the character bound to the desire, and the desire bound to the karma. So in the present moment, what happening? Your four elements start to release from that that holding nature, that that family that related to it, and it slowly reduce the power of the karma. Because if the four elements hold it to the character or it related family, as example, I, it as a family. So then if the karma has a strong desire to see, watch something, when you born next time, you're going to have beautiful eyes. You're going to have beautiful eyes. And when other people see, they say, oh, you have beautiful eyes. Why you get beautiful eyes? Because you have strong desire to see the world. And the ear, and you get the ear because you have a strong desire to hear. And so, and to have this, all these four things, that the faculties, of course, as a human being, it is very necessary. It is a blessing for us to have it. Why? Because otherwise, without this, you cannot find it. So then let's go to how we can. Because remember, there's four elements, the four karma, our karmic behavior, the human behavior. We have power to multiply our emotions or our karma or our wisdom. We can multiply. So then now you know why you get your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind faculties. Why? Because you have strong desire to use it. When you have strong desire to use it, you get it. And then how you can use it to enlightenment. So to attain to enlightenment, also you need all these faculties. Without this faculty, without missing anything, you cannot get it. So then in day-to-day life, we do all the meritorious activities, giving dana and do all the good things. And as a result of that, and we can gain this life. So at the same time, then you born with the strong desire to see, and then you have beautiful eyes, beautiful ears, and the strong nose, tongue, the body, the mind, so like that way. So then when you have beautiful eyes or the beautiful ears or the strong ears, then what happens in day-to-day life, you can see properly. So then there is a choice come to you. When you can see properly, you want to see things as it is, or you want to multiply your emotions. That is where your emotions become intelligence, or emotions can become another emotions. So that is where your this very basic life can go to another basic life, or you can have a choice and change your life to liberation. So only human being can take this conscious decision. So that is why as a human being, you are in a very special place in this path. So don't miss this opportunity, because you have no power over your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. And tomorrow you don't know, you will have it or you will lose it. So having it is a blessing. So then, because without this you cannot attain to enlightenment. So now you have this all the qualifications for that. So then you see, only thing you using this eye, only thing you can just see. You can enjoy something, but that enjoyment you cannot keep it with you. It's going to go away. You can hear things, and it's not going to be with you forever. Look at yourself in your life. How many things you enjoy in your life? Good things, beautiful things you heard in your life. But what happened to that all? How many things you touch from your hands? What happened to that all? That all gone. And how many places you traveled? What happened to you today? Where are that places? So like that, if you keep using this, your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, faculties, there is no end. That's why it called eons by eons. This future, the sansaric journey is so long because there is no end. It's like, it's like this, the bottom of this cup, if you take it out, if you take out the bottom of this cup, this entire ocean, you can pour it to this cup. This entire water can go through this cup once you take out this bottom. So like that, your legs, your hands, your eyes, ears, nose, like bottomless cup. This whole universe, eons by eons, can go through you. You don't get anything. So then this is the opportunity for you. So now you have this and you cannot do anything for that. So what you can do then? When you touch something and bring your attention to what you feel. When you touch something through your hand, because touching, when you touch something, that touch bring birth to your hand. When there is no desire to touch, your hand not going to be there. That's why sometimes people, that blame each other. This person like a, dead person, no feeling. So even though that person is a human, has a body, and sometimes, people blame each other, kind of like no feelings. What does that mean? Because when there is no intention deeper, this body kind of like a deactivate. So then when you see something, bring your attention and see through your eyes what you see. When you touch something, that is where your hands arise, that the bone. So when you touch, start to feel what it is. Even your legs, when you put your foot, on the ground, sometimes like walking meditation, we do. So feel the connection. When you hear something, feel the sound, feel the connection with the ear. And when you eat something, see how this tongue arise with the taste. Because when there is no taste, when you don't talk, this tongue in sleeping mood, then you don't feel that. So when the taste touch it, then the tongue arise. So recognize that what this is. And then you will see it arise, and within few seconds it will go away. Whatever you see, it is beautiful. This world is so beautiful. Nothing wrong with this world. And you are so blessed to have this soul. But at the same time, what you experience, just look for a moment. In the moment of that experience, that touch that happening, arise and give the sensation, and it will disappear. And catch that disappearance. Be with that disappearance. So that is where you recognize the key to get out of this becoming. How? Because that disappearance itself bring the wisdom to understand whatever you see, whatever you hear, whatever you smell, whatever you taste, whatever you feel, whatever you think, it arises, exists for a moment and disappear. When you come to that dharma, then the naturally you drop the desire deeper inside to see things, hear things, smell things, touch things, go here and there and think about something. So you don't have a strong desire to make things happen. So then what will happen? Then you become kind of like a dumb person? No. You always tune to the present moment of experience. And if you take a kind of like a decision regarding your future, it always come with the necessary conditions in the present moment. It is not just a dream regarding something. So when you come to that end of your life, there is no way that you're going to die with the thoughts to become or desire. When you die without any desire, there is no way these four elements can bring you another body. There's no way. So this is the Buddha's teaching. That's why the Buddha's teaching that deeply try to explain you not to born again, not about not to die, because people try to do many experiments years by years how to live without dying. No, what the Buddha taught, die knowingly how you can not going to born again. So this is the method that if there are many other methods, this is one way, because how you can get your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, because when you have desire to touch things, you will get the eye. That is where the eye born. When you have desire to walk, you get the leg. When you have desire to see, you get the eyes. So like that, hands, legs, this all the organs come as the mission to fulfill that desire. So four elements support and help and give the power to fulfill your vision. But if you little by little recognize and settle down with the the change happening moment by moment, the very first thing, the four elements start to release from you. Once the four elements release from you, that all the ekatva, that means the family, the or the whatever the organ or whatever the shape or the whatever the pattern related to that, it start to release from that. And once it release the desire. Once it desire release the desire, the karma release. So, and you can go from bottom to up and or up to bottom. So anyway, once you start to settle down with the teaching, the change, that is where you get into the path. And if you little by little go with it, then you will experience one day that what you experience in day by day, day by day, day by day, in that experience, in that very moment, you drop it, you drop it, you drop it. And that is where you come to a point you can end your life dropping everything in this existence without taking anything from this moment to next moment. So try it before you die. Don't take anything from this moment to next moment. If you can do it by when you're living, don't worry about your death. There's no way after you die, you're going to go anywhere. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata cammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vaham hotu sabba dukkha pamunchutu. Bless you.